Family, let's play a little Father Indigo again. We're going to go to the spirit, though, instead of the other one, because, as you can tell, these spirits are playing games. But that's to be expected, because that's all they have at this point. Game.
My ancestors, they cause a shit. I can't control, I know how they shit. Dollars out of bands and it's off with they head. Can't be the big. My eyes crying red. I feel all they say.
Thanks, Brother Sly.
Cause our souls got drip. I know that it's power. This magic hour. Yeah. This magic hour. Oh, it must come, it must go. Cause that's the way the world goes. Don't fuck with my spirit, my pro. Like I told you hoes, you get exposed. Don't fuck with my spirit. I got the keys, oppressive theory. Cause I got the keys, oppressive theory. Don't fuck with my spirit, 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 don't fuck with my spirit. Cause I got the keys in they theory. Should we live in peace, or should we cause war? They think it's a game, till they so hit the floor. This is not sin, and I am not him. Black this shit out, bang on his rim. I work with real I work with rim. This ain't no he can't get in. Shout out sex, beat up my twins. Call on extra, blaze up my truck. Call on Chaco, bring hell to work. All on no go, bring down some shit. Fall on no show, bring down your bro. Fall on oil, bring down that tool. It must come, it must go. Because that's the way the world goes. Don't fuck with my spirit, my bro. Like I told you hoes, you get exposed. Don't fuck with my spirit, that's such a hear it. Don't fuck with my spirit, that's such a hear it. Cause I got the keys, oppressive theory. Cause I got the keys, oppressive theory. Don't fuck with my spirit, 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 don't fuck with my spirit. Cause I got the keys and they fear it. Father Indigo. I say, thank you, universe.
Yes, this is Father Indigo as well. Spirit is the name of the song. And as you can see, these spirits are, they're at a loss for words at this point. They are running scared. All they can do is try to run interference in the truth, but that's all that they can do. I never have a problem doing a video where I was just at. I've done many videos in that place, and it's always worked just fine. But of course today, you know, can't get a connection, everything's freezing. But that's all right. That's all right. Most High wanted me to get some more things in my mind before. Most High wanted to clarify a couple things in my mind before, so he stopped it there and let it go ahead and do that. And I got a little more clarity on some things maybe I need to touch on. You other nations, I'm still waiting for any video that shows that we're supposed to be going into World War III. That it's not something that Albert Pike came up with, but it's something that's actually supported in the Bible. You know, do you guys just look at your feeds, people? You can easily see that they have the same script and they're not deviating whatsoever. World War III, World War III, World War III. Tubes are open on a submarine. Oh my gosh, the doomsday plane is flying in circles. Come buy this product from me, come buy that product from me. Trump's gonna do this, Trump's gonna do that. Trump can't do anything because 2016 to 2020 was the last hurrah. That's all that they had. He's coming back into power with no juice. He's coming back into that empty office now that has no power. Oh, he's going to go deport these people and that and those people. Well, they should be deporting themselves because they don't belong here either. No one that the Most High, if you're someone the Most High doesn't approve of, you ain't staying here either. These Europeans don't have any authority here. The Most High is going to give us back our lands. He's not going to give them to Europeans. He's not going to give them to pretendians. He's not going to give the lands to anyone that he did not give these lands to originally. It's just that simple. And you can see who the Most High is dealing with at this point. You can see right now who he's dealing with. If you still believe in that 12 tribes chart, you still believe that all this group this and all this group that, you probably ain't staying here either. If you believe all Negroes are Judah, you probably ain't staying here either. If you believe all Mexicans are Issachar, then you ain't staying here either. If you ain't cleaving to the Most High's chosen people, you're not staying here either. You can get ready to pack your bags too and get the hell up out of here too. If you still at this point don't admit who the true Israelites are, based off of the few scriptures that you have, you ain't staying here either. Because you are part of the 99% club. Ham is hijacking too, I hear. Hamites, you can get the hell up out of here too. Yeah, well, if you want to believe that the Most High says he's only dealing with one group of people that's only reading 66 books or touching on 80, you can believe that too. They want to go to Israel anyways. They don't want to stay here. They keep saying this isn't the land anyways, with no proof. They want to go back over there to that little strip of land from 1948. That's what they want to go to, so they can knock that. They can jump on over there too. Because, see, the Most High is enlightening us spiritually now. He's enlightening the few spiritually. Okay? So the spiritual understanding is now being downloaded. We had and have the spiritual connection with the Most High. See, these other nations have been talking about magic and this and that. These guys could never perform any type of magic because the main ingredient to actually having some magical powers is knowing who the true power is and having a covenant with the true power of this universe. Not the menial gods, not the little gods, the true power, the one that chose us. if you want to act like, so when they're talking about, you know, witchcraft and who they were going after the Israelites because we are the only ones that have a true covenant with the Most High. Now, many of these other 99 percenters, they have covenants. They make, you know, agreements with menial gods with the small g. Okay? And the true power, the Most High, sent them those spirits to lead them astray. And they've done a wonderful job. So if you're listening to any Gentile breakdown, you're being led astray also. It's just that simple. I have not seen one Gentile come out here and like give you the full story. Might give you a little bit here and there, but it's not for them to. They still think that they have some type of authority over anything, but they don't have any authority whatsoever at all. Most High says, you know, he doesn't listen to sinners. What you got to understand is this. The planets, okay, the zodiacs, they all have, they all like send their rays down here, and, you know, they affect us. You know, they give us they give us a lot of their virtues, a lot of the good things and bad things. They send those down here, right? Some people have good matter. Okay? So people of the same species, some will be able to get those rays, those cosmic rays from the planets and from the stars, and it'll affect them differently because of the matter that they have. If they're cleaning themselves up, okay, they'll be able to take those influences from the stars, from the planets, right? And they'll be able to use them. That's why you have the same species, but certain people get more of an effect from the planets than others. That goes because of the matter that it is affecting. So if you got 100% coming down, but certain matter can only absorb 10%, that's all that they'll get. Certain matter can absorb 90%. Those very, very few can get 100% and really get a lot of the effects that these planets bring. Now you have to understand why, when you got to understand why we have a covenant with the Most High, why we are not allowed to eat certain things. We're not allowed to eat pork. We're not allowed to eat shrimp, crab, things like that, because that diminishes our matter. That diminishes our vehicle. So in order to get us more in tune with the planets, the stars, and the positive effects that they can bring to the planet here, we have to clean ourselves up. We have to be holy and separate. Definitely staying grounded, right? In order for us to be able to connect to the celestial kingdom. Us eating certain things that we're not supposed to cuts us from our connection. And they know this. So now you understand why when we started coming back to the covenant and we wanted to start, stop doing the things that the other nations were doing, they got so upset because we were then trying to get our vehicle cleaned up for the time that we are in right now. The other 99% have been trying their best to keep us disconnected from our power, disconnected from our celestial powers. They know that they've already made a covenant. So their whole job is to keep you cut off. Now, when you go into the Maccabees, and now you see when they were killing that one lady's kids in front of her, what was the main thing that they wanted him to do? Eat this pork. Why? To cut them off from the celestial blessings that they have. to keep them from, being able to absorb those rays coming down from the heavens. So the other 99%, they already know that they can't make that connection because they've already been like those Israelites who walked away from the covenant and said, let me go ahead and join myself to the heathen. You see, so we don't just not eat that stuff just because. It's not just, oh, I don't want you to eat pork just because. It cuts you off. It degrades your matter. It degrades who you are. You see what I'm saying? It degrades who you are. It degrades who we are. I remember I used to love sausage, bacon, and shrimp. I could eat the hell out of that stuff before. But the more that I got away from that stuff, as much as we can, family, trust me, they're putting that stuff, they hiding that stuff in this and in that, okay? They're still trying to taint us. But we know that the Most High understands what's going on. You see what I'm saying? The Most High knows what these other people are doing. He's going to hold them accountable. He's going to hold them accountable for the things that they're doing. Toothpaste to lotion, exactly, right? But the Most High understands this. He knows this. Defiled bread, exactly. We all understand this, and this is why you guys are going to have to be taken off the lands. Because the Most High wants his children back. He wants them in order. Now we understand more so why the Most High put us on Turtle Island and cut us off from these other nations. Because all they want to do is run interference between us and the Father. In hair products, in everything, right? All they can do is try to run interference between us and the Father. When you look in, like, when our ancestors were making connections with the Most High, I was like, go be by yourself, fast, stay away from this, stay away from that. It was always like that. Because the Most High, we need to be cleansed inside and out. You know what I'm saying? Inside and out. But like I said, these other nations, all they all want to do is run interference. They want us to concentrate on them, just like, hey man, I want to get closer to the Most High. So we got to do what we got to do for that. A huge event is coming up on January 10th, 2025. Let's see if I have it here on this one. I'm going to do a video on it. I hope I have it on here. Hold on, let me see. Okay, yes. January 10th, 2025. Natal Mars in sextile with transiting Pluto. Happens every 248 years. Again, 248 years. It's not 2025 on January 10th. It will still say 2024 because our new year doesn't start until March. So if you go 2024 minus 248, let me get there. $2,024 minus 248 gets you 1776. The year this country got its independence. So, natal Mars in sextile with transiting Pluto happens every 248 years. So, this lets you know, big things are coming next year. Big things are happening right now. That's why they're always trying to switch the years at different times, because they don't want you to make these connections. So, again, natal Mars in sextile with transiting Pluto happens every 248 years. If you go 2024 minus 248, 1776. We will be doing more on this weekend. Judgment is here. These guys are talking about BRICS. They're still talking about World War III. See, that's all out the window. That's all out the window. That's why all they can do is try to run interference. That is it. We are in our blessing. You other nations are in your cursing. So you keep talking about Trump's going to do this, Trump's going to do that. Information about Biden, trying to go ahead and, say his son's not guilty, excuse him for all. You guys can do all that, but we understand that you have no choice but to try to do those kinds of things. You have nothing. You have nothing at this point. Where are your pastors? Where are your priests? Where are your theologians? Where are they? Shouldn't they be making you feel a little bit? I mean, you've given them all this money. You have done all these things for them. Why aren't they breaking down what's going on in January 10th, 2025, and now it's going back to 1776? That was your blessing. This has been your blessing. And you other nations who have made your bed with these other nations, with these Europeans, are now going to suffer the consequences with them. You think BRICS is going to come online and let these other nations be on top now? You really think that's what the Most High is about to let happen right now? You think the Most High really needs these other nations to help us with our freedom? Most High doesn't want Russia to get the glory. He doesn't want China to get the glory about them, having to, bring us out of this bondage. So the Most High is going to get all the glory. Again, when Most High was using all the other nations to chastise us, that was the dream of Nebuchadnezzar that Daniel broke down. That was the time of them chastising us. The Babylonians, Persians and Medes, Greeks, Romans, and revived Roman Empire. That was the time of Israel's chastisement. Then in his dream, like this big stone comes and destroys the statue. Why is that? Because the statue was building up their sins while they were chastising the Israelites. Those people, those different nations and the statue never had to pay for their sins. So chastisement all down that statue. At the end was when the Most High was like, okay, now I'm going to destroy the statue because all those different nations have built up their sins all the way to heaven and they never paid. The Babylonians built them up, didn't have to pay. Persians and Medes built it up, didn't have to pay. Greeks, Romans, revived Roman Empire, built up, didn't have to pay. That's when that stone comes and destroys the base of that statue, and now everyone in that group has to pay. And all the vassals have to pay. The wages of sin is death, exactly. So, people that keep saying that BRICS is coming online, World War III, blah, 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 where is that at after the statue gets destroyed? I've been getting these people, you keep seeing, it's hilarious. This person made this comment, I want to share, because, remember before, we would hear things like, oh, nobody wants to talk about the, all the different slaveries. It's not a slavery Olympics. It's not a Olympics to see who was, destroyed the most. We don't want to talk about those kind of Olympics. We don't have that, that kind of, who got destroyed the most. We don't want to have that discussion. Well, this person put this, it's in an older video. I'm talking about the Irish. And she says, the Irish, right here, were the first recorded slaves in history. That's what this person's comment says. Now everybody wants to say they were the first slaves. So I was like, oh, really? So The slaves, the Irish slaves, were before the Hebrews being enslaved in Egypt by the Hamites? That's what you're trying to tell me? So again, where is this, destruction Olympics? All of a sudden now they want to say that the Irish were the first recorded slaves. See, recorded in when? Your history? Because remember, I showed you guys that tree stump, and it was showing you like when the tree, came to life in 900 AD, and then the Europeans showed up way over here on almost at the end of the tree. See, all the history before Columbus, they did not recognize, which is what you Europeans do. Anything before you came on board, you don't recognize. So when you said something like that, like, oh, the Irish were the first recorded slaves in history, where in your history? You serious? And she goes, well, they destroyed our language too. Are you saying that the Irish here, like my great-great-grandparents, aren't Irish? So you're only going back 2 generations? You're only going back to the great-great, so just the great-great, that means that those are the people that have been here for thousands of years. See, this is what they're reduced to. My great-great-grandparents, so those are the same ones that have been here for thousands of years. And that the so-called Irish were the first recorded slaves. Again, that's in your history, which is recent history, recent events that you've approved. Anything that was ancient, you pretty much hidden. So she goes, DNA testing said I'm 33% Iberian. I'm like, how do you even, so who's doing the DNA test? Who's in charge of the DNA test? And then are you trying to tell me that they have ancient samples of people that were there thousands of years ago? I mean, you guys are, it's not working anymore. It's not working anymore. She goes, I believe what you're saying because I always knew there had to be a reason the Irish were so persecuted. But I don't understand why you think the Irish are not the real Irish. So again, a persecution Olympics. You're going to say now the Irish, you can say everyone's been persecuted, but no one has been persecuted to the extent that we have. That's what's really going on. You guys are to the point where you can't come against anything we're saying. So now you want to say that you've been gone through the same things we have. Not going to work anymore. In fact, none of us even care what you say anymore. None of us care about your, all of a sudden now you've been persecuted just like us black people. Not going to work anymore. And no one here really cares. And I put DNA tests and who runs the companies. It says, and do they have samples from thousands of years ago? And it says, it says your great-grandparents, says that doesn't prove anything concerning who was here thousands of years ago. Black people were the original Celts. Says you're welcome to believe what you want, though. And that's the point right now. And I also put the Irish were the first recorded slaves. Says even before the Hebrews in Egypt, thousands of years ago. Says what proof do you have of that? It's not going to work anymore. And except at this point, none of us even care. We don't waste our time trying to, work out like who's been, persecuted the most. We already know it's been us, and it's been at your hands. Vassal Babel, exactly, Brother Sly. That's all that you guys have. All you've been trying to do is disconnect us from our power, and it's not going to happen anymore. It's not going to work anymore. The more that we get cleaned up by the Most High, the more we realize who we are, the less control you have. The less control that you have over the true children of the Most High, which then disconnects you from us, which then disconnects you from the hold you have over us, which then disconnects you from the hold that you have on our lands and on our blessing. And that's exactly it. They're saying whatever they can to try to get out of this ass whooping that's coming, and it's not going to happen. We know our purpose now, exactly. We know our purpose, and our purpose is not to sit here and go back and forth with you idiots. Our purpose is not to sit here and try to explain things to people who are incapable of actually, engaging in a worthwhile discussion. You cannot fool us anymore, and it's not going to work. Just like when you came over here and you had the blessing and you were telling Moctezuma that he was not going to be able to do anything against you Europeans, against you Spaniards. Now we're telling you the same thing. There's not going to be anything that you're going to be able to do to stop this train that's coming quickly down the tracks. And January 10th, 2025, your time, is really 2024 still, is going to be something that hasn't happened. It's happened 248 years ago, which is 1776 when you got your blessing. Your blessing is done. How does that feel? It says that we were going to go into slavery for 400 years. When did any other group go into slavery for 400 years? You keep wanting to talk about, now all of a sudden, now you want to have a persecution Olympics. No problem. Show us when you were enslaved for 400 years. Really simple. No one's, we don't need to go back and forth. All we need is proof from you. All we're seeing is you taking yourselves to court, finding yourselves not guilty, and then just keeping it moving. Not going to work anymore. Pluto is working overtime. Pluto is bringing out so much truth that you guys have nothing to say. You hadn't had anything to say before, but now it's even more evident. It's even more evident that the vassals have nothing to say. Still waiting for any proof that all Native Americans are Issachar. Please show me that. How all Brazilians are this, or all Mexicans are this, or all Guatemalans are that. Please show me how that works out. Because you can't just keep saying things anymore and think that no one's going to check you. Well, what's crazy is you watch all these people, all these videos, it's something's in the air, something's coming. We don't know what, but see, none of you will talk about what's happened to our people. You won't make that connection. Something's coming. We don't know what. Yes, an ass whooping for slavery. An ass whooping is coming for the greatest sin this world has ever perpetrated on any other group of people. Let's just put it all out there. If you know something's coming, why don't you connect that with something's coming because of something that's happened in the past? What has been worse than how you've treated so-called black people? Really simple. Please, show me how the Irish have been persecuted like so-called black people. Please, show me how Ish has been persecuted like black people and not gotten reparations. You all keep saying something's coming, but like usual, you won't take the next step. Why is something coming? Has there been something in our past that we haven't paid for yet? Has there been something that we've done to a group of people that we haven't paid for yet? There's got to be something in the past that the Most High is making our whole system crumble before our faces. What could that be? There's got to be something. And you're not to the point where you can say, oh, we're like, hey, it's how you treated us. Nah, that's not it. You don't have that opportunity anymore. You are not on top anymore. You don't get to be dismissive on what you've done to us anymore. You see what I'm saying? If you can't figure out who we are, Chris, keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're still stuck on us, are we a Are we Hebrew Israelites? Keep it moving, man. No one's here to even worry about you anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because are you guys really Americans? Are you guys really Native Americans? Are you guys really white people? Are we really African Americans? Based off of what? Are we just black people? Based off of what? See, these colors are not about your skin color because they're not white and we're not black. These colors are based off of our circumstances. You were white for a while because you were on top. You were the head. We were black because, not because of our skin color, but because we were under the curses. We were at the bottom. No one wanted to be like us. No one wanted to be like, we're going through the curses like us. But see, now the switch is here. Nobody wants to be European anymore. Nobody wants to be white and have to actually, explain that history anymore. We're all the people that had all that, hey, America, and all that pride about their history and the things that they've done to other people. They're not like that anymore. You got a couple of ill-informed idiots that might still want to be like that, but really being out there, and because many people are now checking them. Nobody wants to be a vassal anymore and say they want to be down with the white man. They want to say, oh no, we've been persecuted too now. We're just like you black people. Right? That's why I'm Irish and I've gone through all this because I'm Irish. Also, now you want to compare how black you are now. You see what I'm saying? Because nobody wants to be associated with the so-called Europeans no more. Because now we're like, oh, that's cool. You want to be, hey, man, more power to you, man. Enjoy that white Jesus. He's coming to save you, huh? How's that working out for you? How's that white Jesus working out for you? How's that rapture coming? I guess it wasn't pre-trib because the trib's already here. We're not working out that way, huh? Hey man, how's your Christmas going? Going pretty well? It doesn't look like a lot of these people are really enjoying their Christmas. That holiday spirit isn't prevalent like it used to be. You see? Like, just watch people. They're not. All of a sudden now people are like, oh, they've hidden America's history from us. No, they haven't. We've been telling you about the history for a long time. But see, you could ignore us for a very long time. No one is happy. Exactly. No one is happy anymore. Why is that? Because now there's all this light being brought up on their history, and now people don't want it. Now everybody wants to be, I've been persecuted too. It hasn't been just you guys. Oh man, they've treated us. You're right. They treated you wrong, but you still, we're brown nosing these people all the time, hoping that you could get out the crumbs off their table. Exactly. Who would trust anything that they say? Judgment, like I said, is here. They are not white anymore. They are not at the top anymore. They don't have the blessing anymore. If they had the blessing, then why don't you see any videos trying to debunk this information? Exactly that. You got that oppression Olympics going on. Exactly. You got Candace saying everyone has been oppressed for 400 years of slavery. See, that's what they don't explain. Everybody would get a check. Well, everyone did get a check. Everyone's gotten a check except for us. That's the whole point, people. When it's like, oh, if we were giving checks to you, everyone would get a check. Everyone's gotten a check. That is the point. Your checks are, you get this country. You get Mexico. Right? You get to be treated as a second-class citizen. You get to be a vassal. That was your check. You get to not be treated like a Negro. That was your check. That's what you got. That's what your ancestors signed up for. They didn't sign up to be treated like the white man. They got signed up to not be treated like a black person. That was all you got. And now you're like, oh man, I don't really think that was, I think that was a raw deal. You're right. But that's the deal nonetheless. If they get to Dominicans doing the same stuff. Me no black. I no black. It's not the same. Okay. You got your little Dominican area over there. You got to go ahead and live over there. Yeah, you still were, sucking up to the white man, but you weren't having to go through exactly everything we had to go through. You got your reward now, exactly. And think you're going to get a reward later. Trust me, there are going to be so many people, because the Bible says it, what was it, Psalm chapter 5, that are going to regret those decisions. They're going to regret going against the Most High and his people. Exactly. We ain't black either. But that's okay. We're not black. When I say that we are white because we are on the top. We are pure. We are the Most High's. It has nothing to do with skin color. It has to do with status. And it doesn't mean like social, like status in this, arena. It means the status of us being the sons and daughters of the Most High. We are the sons and daughters of the Most High. We know this now. And we are trying to make ourselves ready for the Most High. White in spirit, exactly. You other nation, I said, where are your pastors? Where are your priests? You're about to go to Christmas Eve service and praying for them portals to open up so you can get some help. That's what you guys are about to do. This is why you are all black now. Because you're praying for help. You're going to pray for and someone says something like, why does Lucifer have a door at the Vatican? Why does Lucifer have a portal at the Vatican? Good question. Great question. Because Satan has always been living at the Vatican. There is no help coming. So we'll see how this works out next week. What you guys praying, what you guys about to open up. Because like I said, January 10th, 2025 your time, 2024 for reals. 248 years before that, that's when Pluto was in the same position. 1776, when you got your opportunity to get your freedom. Now that freedom is going to be taken away from you. That blessing of you being at the top and being considered white because you're at the top and you're at the blessing is now about to be flipped on its head. You're going to go from the head of being white, being at the top, to being the tail. And you're going to take your vassals with you. It's not looking good for them whatsoever. Evil is definitely destroying evil. So you're going to call in something, but the Most High, whatever's going to come in is going to be for your detriment. Yeah, we know what's coming in. Nothing good, because you are now, it's already been ordained that you are going to be the tail. It's already been ordained. There's nothing you can do about it. You can try to open up something to prolong it, but it's probably going to accelerate it. See, everything's already been manifesting here in the spirit world. That's why, whatever happens here has already happened in the spirit world. It's already happened in the spirit realm. So our ascension has already happened in the spirit realm. Your regression to being the tail has already happened in the spirit realm. It is now starting to manifest here. Open up his final judgment? Probably. We know we're definitely getting ready to go into our Jubilees because it's long overdue. But it's on the Most High's time. Your blessing, like we feel like it's been overdue, that you had it for so long, is now, it's here. So we will see how all this plays out. But be on the lookout for some more information this weekend. Some more information, but we'll go over this on the computer so I can show you guys. But be looking that up. That information about 2025, January 10th. And Pluto. Okay, let me see again. Again, here it is. Natal Mars in sextile with transiting Pluto. Happens every 248 years. Last time it's happened, 1776. Your last little vestige of your blessing here in the Americas. You Gentiles who have made that covenant, this is coming for you too. I know you guys, you don't say anything when the pastors or the priests get caught doing this and doing that with little boys and little girls. All you do is be quiet because you are all down with it. You've already made your covenant. So now it's the switch. So just know that you being a second-class citizen in his system is going to continue, but now in ours. The Most High is going to punish you because your sins have reached up to the heavens. You've got an even worse deal because it's like you never got to be on top because you made that choice to be a second-class citizen. And now you want to have that oppression Olympics, and that's not going to work anymore. Be on the lookout for more videos later on, family. Shalom.